This room is a mess, but this is the current state of the mining room. It looks sad. I'm missing a whole bunch of rigs here. I've still got my, this is a 7x3080 Ti. This is a 5x3090 and one 3080. Those are still going. Those are on Casper right now. Here's a CPU miner. This is a 5800X, AMD 5800X. All my CPUs are currently just spec mining on Avian coin. Here's a, I don't know what that is, 15 pounds of pennies. Not messing around with those things. There's a 5900X CPU. And actually what I'm doing here is this is exhausting during the day, like I do in the summer, so that'll blow the air out. In the summer, and during the days when it heats up, that's blowing air out, and then I stick a box fan just right on top of it, pulling air into the room at night. So that's what I'm doing. I just set up a box fan at night, blowing in, and then during the day, take the box fan down and I'm blowing out. So that's kind of how I'm handling the heat during this transition period here. So one CPU miner, two CPU miner, and this is also a 5900X in there. Here's my main PC, some pretty lights on there. This is a 5950X, currently mining away. Graphics card is on and mining at the moment. So this one's just this is actually just running from this USB drive right here. You can see that I've got Hive running on the USB, and then I will boot to Windows to use it for data and stuff like that when I'm actually using the computer. And this one has a UPS with a power meter on it. So running on Caspa and that 5950X, we are right at about 470 watts load on this thing. So it's not bad. When this was on Ethereum, it was running 560 watts, I think. So I think that is pretty much just the computer. I might have, whatever it takes to run a computer. I've got a couple other cords that running into this thing, I can't remember. But that's pretty much what it is. Let me just show you my settings on the BIOS for all those cards. So this is generally the BIOS settings that I've used for all of the CPUs that I have. 5900X, 5800X, and a 5950X. This might not be all inclusive, but this is roughly what I do for them. So I set the core clock in manual mode at about 4 gigahertz. Sometimes you have to put a 40 in there. Core voltage in manual mode at 1 volt. Any auto overclock settings, I disable them. Anything with PCIe settings, I put them all in Gen 2. For the what to do after a power loss, I say boot. And then above 4G decoding, I say on. So a lot of these settings, those are the settings that I pick for mining with graphics cards, and that's just in case I'm going to throw any graphics cards onto those systems in the future, just in case, so the BIOS is kind of ready to go. And then I'll just show you what I've got here for the rigs. So here you go. Usually you can see there, they're all mining Avian. This is what a 5800X gets, about 12 kilohash. A 5900X is getting about 18.7. Where else? Where's the other one? Here is a 5800X. You can see 11.4. And then where is my PC? Right here. So a PC gets about 23.5. Sorry, that's the 5950X. Gets about 23.5 kilohash. So what this is good for, I'm getting about roughly 1,000 a day on this 5800X. 1,000 tokens a day of Avian. Almost 2,000 on the 5900, not quite, maybe 1,800 or so, and then about like 2,500 on the 5950X. So I'm just about ready to stop mining with those and put those on something else. I'm gonna have to figure out what the best thing to kind of spec mine with CPUs are. But for now, it's just on Avian. I will be swapping those pretty quick. And then I got a lot of my other cards, like all my AMD old 5800Xs, those are all off. They just use way too much power. Caspa is a little bit better than break even for me right now. So that's why I'm still running it on these ones. I'm paying about, my all-in after fees, taxes, you know, transmission charges, all that baloney is about 14.5, 15 cents Canadian. So that's like, I don't know, 12 cents American maybe per kilowatt hour. And I've got these all seriously undervolted. They're all using really low power, these cards. And then, so they're not doing as much hash as they normally could, but the efficiency is really high on them. And then I've got cheap electricity for this one rig right here, so that's why it's running Neoxa. And then this one is break even, maybe a little bit less. It's pretty close. This is my 6700 XT rig. So that's all been, these cards are all, they've got their crazy voltage settings and everything to get as little power as possible out of the cards. You can see here the rig says it's pulling 815 watts. That is with the case. That's probably pretty close. 850, maybe 900 when all is said and done on Neoxa. That's just to bring in a couple of coins. Well, the hash rate's actually not too bad. So right now the payout is roughly for every mega hash that you have on Neoxa, you're getting 2 coins per day. So this is good for, you know, about 400 coins a day. Caspa, I'm not actually even certain how much you get off of Caspa, but it's going down, difficulty's increasing, rewards are going down on Caspa, so things aren't looking good for that. AVN, I don't really pay attention to a whole lot how many I'm getting. I'm just trying to hit a certain number of coins, and then I will be shutting that off and mining something else. I'm sure there's lots of things out there that are good to mine with that. That's all I kind of have going on for now. Yeah, still got quite a few rigs up, kind of just figuring stuff out for now. That's it. Let me know if you guys are CPU mining, what you're doing, because that's kind of what I'm going to focus on a little bit more. Anyways, take it easy, guys. Don't mind the fingerprints on the screen. As soon as my kids see a computer that's just like instantly fingers on the screen. Ah well, take it easy, guys.